Hello, welcome to Monday Night Live. I think we're working. I've just got to get this computer working. Monday Night Live. What are we up to? 108. Hey guys, how are we going? Let me just get this fired up. I'm doing this single-handed with no real idea. I've forgotten, since Taylor's been around, I've forgotten what is happening. But it appears like I'm live. There's no flash intro. There's no song playing tonight. It's just me in front of a blue picture of a fire. So, g'day guys. Blake's here. Andrew's here. Adrian. David. Joel. G'day guys. How are we going? So, very, very quiet night. I hope everyone can hear me. I think so. Actually, it's quite a this chair's buggered. But it's quite a quiet night tonight. Be a short one. I'm only going to be on here for about 20 minutes or so. Simply because I've got to go to the Sluice tonight and I haven't done my grocery shopping. That's the short version. So it's just a quick show tonight to answer any questions you've got. I can rabbit on about most things. So if you have questions, so no big prizes tonight. In fact, I'll have to look for a prize for tonight. But there is bound to be something lying around this shop. Oh, I tell you what. They came in new today. What came in new today? They're sitting on Natalie's desk over there. I'm going to go and get them. So, lots and lots. Lots and lots of stuff that we can talk about tonight. Tricia reckons it's cold. I didn't think it was too bad in Brisbane, but tell you what, I think it might be a bit nippy out in the bush. So, yes. So this is a photo I took. It was a long exposure photo with a GoPro out at the lease of the fire. So I think it's a pretty cool little, fire. So, yes. So, right. Got some nuggets, Brad asked. Yes, I have. Mick is joined here. A lease mug? No, I've got no lease mugs here. Okay, so, Warren, I want to get some of these questions, right? Warren, because tonight's a question night. So if you've got questions, let's see if we can answer a few. Okay, so Warren asked, what's a good site to learn about rock structures? I actually think, Warren, that you're better off not actually using a site. I've found geology sites, although I have got a couple of old geology books that I'm finding fairly easy to read. I haven't got them here. They're sitting on my bedside. But anyway, they're a good start. But I like listening to what's his name? The crazy guy on YouTube over in the States. That's very good. But really, you really want to do a geology course with someone like Andrew Bales from Raw Gold. That's where I would start. Or hang around some prospectors who know what they're doing. Like if you were to come out and do our course, we spend a good half an hour just talking geology, why the gold's in this location, all that sort of jazz. So, Graham, what charger do the new SDC batteries use? You have to use the charger that comes with the SDC. In Minelab's wisdom, they have made the charger fit the old the battery's charger fits the old charger. You can't use the old charger. You have to use the new one. So, yes. So, yeah. Yes, Brett, we understand we owe you a small bag of pay dirt, but yes, the pay dirt is out at the moment. So Kevin Freeman, right? Have a monster and it will not ground very well. You're not having a lot of fun with it by the look of it, mate. So Gold Monster is a machine you've got to spend a lot of time on getting to know targets, right? I would not, there's not really too many settings on it. So, yeah. Yeah, there's not too many settings on it. You've got to get to know the noises. You've got to bury some gold, listen to what it sounds like, and yeah, you've got to spend a lot of time with the machine. So you cannot shortcut it with settings. There's not enough settings on it. So yeah, absolutely, that's the best way to do it. So Shane asked, when is Nox and ORX training on? So we didn't make it very, very clear, and for 3 weeks, I've been meaning to get meaning to send this email out, but ORX Gold training and Equinox Gold training is on now. You can come out this weekend and do the Nox training, or the Gold Monster training, or the ORX training. So absolutely, it is. Yeah, it is on, ready to go. Yeah. Right. We're looking for comments here. There is a stack of questions. I'm not going to get through all of these. So, people are asking about good gold locations. Let me show you the best map, the best information. It's called Australian Geographic Travel Map. I don't know whether you can see that. Right. You can load. Let me load some information here. I keep rabbiting on about this. That's all the gold mine locations in Queensland, right? You can then put the detailed geology over the top of it. I don't know whether you can see that. It's probably pretty hard to see with the light, but you really need to get Australian Geographic Travel Maps. If you're not losing that, yeah. Right. So, what happens when... Okay. Okay, there's some questions here that I am getting through. They're scrolling very, very quickly. So, David Stocker, how much is for a permit to Foster King, Queensland? $57 for a single. Cameron's here from the Northern Territory. Pipe clay is often a good sign. The duck isn't here tonight. There'll be no mega prizes tonight. Michael, good point. Is there an online live training day? Maybe we can record one. We don't have good enough internet to do a live stream for 6 hours out there. So, but maybe we could record something. Graham, 5,000 with 12-inch Evo. What's the best settings? Now, for all our customers know this. If you buy a machine off us, you get the cheat sheet. So there's a couple of ways to do this. Okay, we've done a series of 2 videos on the GPX 5000. One is a general setting topic, okay, where we're in the shop talking about the settings. But we've also done part 2, which is out on the lease, and it's actually working with the machine on the ground, and you can get a good idea of that. So go to YouTube, look at our Gold Diggers MD page, and there is a fantastic video about how to set up a 5000. We explain what the settings do when they do it, okay, and when to change it. Then we take it out to the bush, out into some highly mineralised ground, and we show you how the machine works. That would be your best start. If you're still struggling, what we do is if you ring us at the shop here on the Daylight Helpline, which is that fella there, or that fella there. I don't know which way I haven't got it set up that way that I can see what I'm doing. But the Daylight Helpline above my head there, above the fire, that is the number to ring, and we will send you that cheat sheet out. So, yeah. Now, there was a question here. what was that? Now, Daryl has asked this question. Daryl Arnett. I know he's asked this question a dozen times about QED. Let's talk about QED, right? Also, all indicators are good. Australian made, properly Australian made, right? $2,000 odd for the $2,000 odd for the machine. So cheap as chips for a PI machine. I cannot comment to you more than that with QED, because I've spent an hour on one, and that is not enough to get any sort of idea of what's going on with a machine. So what I did actually, because I keep seeing Daryl's question there about QED, and I know Chris Jones has got one. I sent a message to QED, had a big chat to QED, and said, listen, I'd like to get hold of one, I'd like to have a go at it, and we'd like to maybe sell them in the shops. And that was a big no. So it was very, very disappointing that they're not that keen on doing business with us. And I don't know, I can only speculate why that is. I can only speculate why that is. I can speculate positively or I can speculate negatively. But one should not speculate, I suppose. So I would love to have one. I'd love to have a go at one. I'd love to sell them. They seem to be getting a little bit of momentum. But yes. So, yeah. So people are saying that they bought a detector off you and didn't get a cheat sheet. If you bought a detector before the last 6 weeks or so, we have been preparing the cheat sheets. Obviously, it's not an easy thing to do for every single machine. So it's taken us about 6 weeks to get there. So if you've got a machine and you don't have a cheat sheet, ring us. We'll give you a cheat sheet. We'll give you a link to the training. So, yeah. No problem at all. But we have been doing them periodically when we've got a chance. So yes. So I would love to spend some time. I would love to spend some time on that QED though. So yes. So that's Daryl. I hope that helps you. I wanted to have a better answer for you for the QED, but unfortunately, down the QED house, I'm not very popular, it seems. So, anyway. David, do all purchases of new detector come with training? Yes, they do. You buy a Go Find 22 off me, right? And I probably try and talk people out of Go Find 22s because a 44 is a substantially better machine, but that's aside. But you buy a Go Find 22 off me, you get a 2-hour park training. Okay, they will be kicking off in the next 2 weeks. We are going to do these park trainings. We're going to get out on the beach training. So everyone with their training vouchers, keep an eye out on Golden Spur. I will send a note out for everyone on that coming up shortly. So I am going to be back in just a minute and see what we can get prize-wise. So, this is the first prize. You cannot buy these off me yet. So, this is the first prize. We're going to give away one of these. Right now, I actually forgot the prizes, so I forgot to go and get them. So, I'm 300 comments behind. Let's fix that. Right? David Stocker. I bought my gear in South Australia, so can I buy a cheat sheet? No, you can't buy a cheat sheet, David. Just ring us. We'll fix you up, mate. It's no problem at all. It's a piece of paper or it's a photo we'll send to you. So, Greg, if you want training, I think you've got an ORX. If you want training for an ORX, mate, I'll train you on the ORX. Okay? So, not a problem at all, mate. Easy done. You just pick up the phone. So, yeah, more than happy for that. So this is I can't see what I'm doing here. So this is actually what these are for. These are a scaffolding hammer holder. Okay, it swivels. Okay. Now this, I had to come to this solution because on my pick, okay, on my pick, I've got a magnet on the handle, right at the bottom of the handle. So what was happening, I was carrying my pick in the normal spot, right, on your hip, and with the 7,000, okay, I couldn't work it out to start with, but the 7,000 was hearing the magnet on the pick at my side at some stage, right? So what I do, this thing has a clip on the back of it. It clips perfectly on the back of the harness, back of the Pro Swing harness that comes with the 7,000, right? And the pick sits at your back, right? It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to put it in and out for me. I know some people have trouble for it, but that clips perfectly on the back of the MindLab Pro Swing harness and goes on your back. I don't know how much they are. I've only just got them in. So, and I don't know what this writing means. It's beyond me. But, you know, it doesn't matter because you put your pick in it. So, but it does swivel, so they're not bad on your belt either. So it can move. A lot of the pick holders, it's fixed. So this is a moving one. So I've worn them on belts too, and I prefer these. Right, so they are very, very good pick holders. So, right, let me just scroll up and get some more of these questions here. So guys, just because there's a lot of people wanting cheat sheets, can you text the Daylight helpline, which is just above the fire there? Text the Daylight helpline what machine and you've got, and cheat sheet please. And we will endeavour to get them out. What is probably easiest for us is to reply with a text on the Dog and Bone and just send you a text out with the picture of the picture of the cheat sheet. So then you've got it with you on the phone. Okay. So we do. People are talking about 4,500 training and 4,000 training. Absolutely. I think the 4,500 is a quality
quality machine. I love it. I sold mine recently and it was, yeah. So, yeah. So I'm actually a bit disappointed that I sold it. I wish I hadn't, to be honest with you. So I missed the 45 hours. So, yeah. Right. So, who's got some questions? Gold Monster. People are talking about, yeah. Yeah, Swanson was buggered from last Monday night. So, O'Reilly's Treasure. Let's talk about O'Reilly's Treasure. I'm currently waiting for O'Reilly's Treasure box to arrive from downtown Beijing. Right? It's coming from Beijing. It is a flash treasure box. Cost me a few bucks too. So, and I have got some really cool stuff I'm starting to gather to put into it. I bought a whole lot of sapphires there about a week ago. I'm looking for some more sapphires to put them in there. There will probably be... I certainly have one good stone, one really, really good cuttable stone. Probably a $500, $600 stone that is going in the box. So I will get O'Reilly's Treasure out. It is going to take me a couple of months to get all the gear together. So but it is going to be quality. So what I'm shooting for with this treasure, this O'Reilly's treasure, I'm going to bury that very, very hard to find. A bit like Finn, the treasure thing. The treasure that was found in the States. I forget his name. Yes, I forget his name. Someone will mention it here and I'll go. Yeah. So, but there's going to be nuggets in there. I'm shooting for well over 10 grand's worth of value. And we will bury that and put a clues out to where that's going to be. I've already decided that it won't be in Queensland. Because everyone expects me to bury it in Queensland, but yeah, I will bury it somewhere. So Forest Fen, that's it. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Ray. A few people helped me there. Forest Fen's treasure that was found a few weeks ago. So yes, and we may end up burying a couple of these across the eastern seaboard. So I have to have some. I have to have some co-conspirators. I'm actually currently looking at some pirate treasure to include. So it will be a pretty cool box. I'm trying to get a variety of stuff. So yes. Yes. Right, so we are, yes. So you guys are getting the inside view of O'Reilly's treasure, the treasure box, right? However, I'm not going to talk about it anymore until it's buried. I want everyone to forget about it, right? I want to be completely forgotten about, right? Until I've already buried it. I'm going to leave it there for probably a few weeks because I want the ground to settle, maybe a month, right? I'll have to go back and check on it, make sure it's hidden well, and then we'll release the details and make it huge. So yes, so. Dwayne, give us Queensland something. Next to no GPAs here. Yes, there's GPAs here. So, yeah. Everyone's saying don't bury it too deep. It's going to be 10, 15, 20 grand's worth of gear. It's going to be buried deep, right? Deep. You're going to have to follow the clues. You're not going to be able to stumble on it with a metal detector, right? It's going to be a treasure hunt, okay? So, you're going to have to follow the clues that we put out. It's not a detecting thing. It's going to be a, yeah. Yeah, it will be mental. It will be a treasure hunt, not a detector. So it will be open to everyone who wants to have a crack, okay? And you don't have to have a 7,000 to find it because it won't be buried at that depth, right? So, Tricia says deep and dangerous like Forest Fens. No, it'll be deep. I'm trying not to. Well, Forest Fens treasure actually claimed a lot of lives. People looking for it and they died and what have you. So I don't really want people to die trying to find it. So yeah, but yeah, it will be a treasure hunt. Yeah, yes. So how deep am I allowed to bury it? Well, with a fossicking permit, I can go down 2 metres, right? But, you know, I don't think that I'll bury it 2 metres. So, because really, I'm going to have to hand dig it, right? And unless I'm there for a week, it'll be in pretty hard ground. So I'm not going to bury it 2 metres deep. But I do want to put it out of detector reach, really. So, yeah. So you will have to find this. You won't be able to find it with a detector. No one will fluke it with a detector. So it'll be a proper treasure hunt. Right, guys. Unfortunately, we need to give away this pick holder, right? So I'm going to randomly scroll up the comments, and we're going to just we're just going to run the random generator here for the pick holder. So let me just work it out. Here, got to give this prize away. You're also getting a cake of soap with this. We'll pull out a cake of soap and give that away. Yeah, Adrian says, what are your poem writing skills like, Ben? They are crap. So maybe it'll be, I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe I'll have to get someone to do it. So, right. So let's run the random generator. Right, here we go. Harry Casey. Congratulations, Harry Casey. I don't know where you are, Harry. You got everything hidden, which some people do. Harry, congratulations. You've won this pick holder. And so a randomly selected piece of soap. I will contact you directly after this show. Yes. So, thank you very much, guys, for joining me tonight. I am terribly sorry that this is a short show, but I have exactly 50 minutes to get to the grocery shop and shop for the lease for, I don't even know how many days, 5 days, 6 days sort of thing. So, yes, my apologies for a short show. Don't forget training's on. If you've got any questions, Daylight Helpline above the fire. If you want that cheat sheet, text the Daylight Helpline. I can hear the Daylight Helpline going nuts there at the moment. And don't forget to follow us on all the social medias up the side there. Feel free to give us a call anytime on the Daylight Helpline. It's daylight for a reason. We don't answer it at night, so it's not all the time. It's when the sun's up. So yes, thank you very much, guys, and we will see you next week. Thanks, guys. See you later.